Yeah, so you're just gonna face this way, this way.
Oh, sorry. So I facing
Yeah,
to the camera?
yeah. So are you just gonna say your name into this mic and tell us what your record is this year?
Okay. Um, my name is Jay Moley, and I'm 0-5.
Jay Moley had an outstanding start to the 2021 fantasy football season. I should know, he took Henry from me, and Henry was on a tear that year. I thought Jay Moley was going to win it all. No one could have predicted what was going to happen to him in week 8.
So Josh, you just wrapped up 2021 week 5 with a resounding 50-point blowout. Henry went for 30 and was on pace to break records. What was on your mind at the time?
I felt like I was on top of the world, 5-0, I smoked the goat, everything was going smooth. I was just riding along the train.
And then week 8 comes around and you're facing your fantasy football rival, A. Rojas himself. Where does that rivalry come from, actually?
We go back, man. Since college, we were schlongmigos. We always did shit, and ever since we got into the fantasy football thing, he's just eyes to eyes. We always find trades for each other, whether it's a win-win, a lose-lose. We try to get it going, so it's always great to play against him, even though he knows that I'm better.
With that, did you think you were gonna win?
Oh, I did.
You did? And then how long after the news of Henry's season-ending injury did it sink in that you might be in trouble?
We saw him unfolding right before our eyes. It was tough to watch. A once proud king fallen. He didn't know how to get up, and honestly, we didn't want to help him after what he did to us.
Jay Moley took it real hard. I think harder than me. We talked about getting him help. Then Sleeper dropped this over-under thing. I knew I wasn't getting my friend back. I knew he wasn't in there anymore.
Joining us now from season 1 of Picking and Streaming, A. Rojas.
Hey, what the fuck is he doing here? You think you're better than me, Rojas, huh? Say to my face.
So it's like I was saying, I knew from that moment dude was washed. And look at him now. He finished last season 2-7. Now he's about to be 4-0. This dude is a clown. Grade A bozo material.
Hold on, I'm just getting news right now, actually. Denver Broncos starting running back Javonte Williams is out for the season.
I can't do this right now. I can't.
That's tough, Josh. Boy, that's tough. Without Javonte, I have no clue how Jay Moley is going to get a single win this season. Williams was young, powerful, and about to take over this backfield for good. This is devastating. This is the worst thing to happen in fantasy since
Josh, does this feel at all like the Henry situation?
Feels the same. Feels exactly the same.
What are you gonna do now?
The only thing I can do.
And that's where they're throwing the ball, and Robinson's got a first down. He's gone. Bijan Robinson into the end zone for the touchdown.
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of PSTV. It's your commish and your co-commish live in the studio with a special guest, Jay Moley. Say hi to the people.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
I can
Glad
say
to be
for
here.
us, better now that you're here. We appreciate you coming through, stopping by, blessing us with that feature at the beginning of the episode. So props to you for that. Appreciate you. We've been interacting a lot. I know my co-commish, he's going to queue up a trade that involves both of us. So let's get into the details. Let's talk about it. It's the only one that happened, but it's the juiciest one. So can you give us those trade deets?
Yeah, pretty juicy. You got Elijah Missile himself and a 3rd-round pick from going to A. Rojas, and then you got Jay Moley getting Kenny Gainwell and a 2nd-round draft pick. Interesting. What were y'all thinking there?
All right. So I'm gonna say my two-piece. You guys remember from the money I spent last year, how much I fuck with Elijah Mitchell. This is every league I spent like 70 fab on him. So
Yeah.
I got it bad. I got it bad for the missile. I'm gonna miss that second round pick because we saw a lot of good players get taken in rookie drafts in the second round. Some that come to mind are like Pickett would have gone in the second, Damian Pierce would have gone in the second. So like there's good value to be had in the second. But I love missile, so I had to do what I had to do. Josh, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of debating because, I'm hurting. I'm hurting everywhere on the RBs. I lost Javante. Missile was on, IR, and he was just sitting there until week 11. So I figured, kind of in the position I'm in, I need to make moves and kind of start already positioning myself for the future. So, looking at everything, I think it was a fair trade. Tony, if you end up pushing high, that second round's going to be pretty juicy pickup for me in the beginning, as well
Yeah.
as my own second. And then, Miles Sanders is on his last year. Looking at that, thinking about where Gainwell falls into play, it's a risk, Sanders could stay there and, kind of ruin Gainwell, but, I'm just kind of going on the hopes that he moves on and Gainwell will be the main next year. So.
No, I agree. That was also the hard part. That's what I drafted him for because I was like,
Yep.
Sanders is on a rookie contract. They're going to have to pay Jalen Hurts if he keeps playing the way he's playing. So are they going to pay Sanders? I'd be curious to see how that works out too. So
Yeah, not biased at all, like.
I mean, you got the inside scoop. So I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I got finesse. There's some like exclusive Eagles fan articles where they're like, we already we
Yeah.
talked to everybody. We talked to the Philadelphia elite. We asked Brian Dawkins. We got Donovan McNabb. Everybody knows he's not getting re-signed. All right. So that was the trade. If you guys came up with any juicier ones afterwards, we didn't get to them. Sorry, you should have done the trades earlier. Monday is your trade deadline. If you don't do it Monday, I don't want to hear
Yeah.
about it. But all right. So that's the juicy trades. We got to get into them juicy ranks because we had some big upsets this week, and we got to wonder how huge. If I do say so myself, like I mean, we'll get into it right now. But at the top, I know it was controversial last week to put this guy at the top because he wasn't undefeated, and there was an undefeated team in there. But he showed us again this week why he's number one. Bad Wolf yet again drops 140 piece. Those bills are crazy. They're paying the bills. They're dangerous, and I don't know who's stopping. So I had no reservations about putting him at the top after a 140, almost a 50-point blowout on Travis. So I just no questions about here. So what about number two? Who do we have at number two?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit controversial because I'm one of those believers that if you beat this team, you flip them. But it's Chili Bowl himself. Still scored a good 100 bomb, and yeah, his team's still looking good. Had an off week, thankfully, and yeah.
Had an off week right at the time that he went up against
baby.
you. So you had
Yep.
that was one of the big upsets. That one I didn't give you no credit. I'm gonna get straight up. I did not think you were getting that W. you came
Brees
through.
Hall, baby.
You didn't have him in your lineup, and I don't know if it was the night before or when I checked your lineup, and then I saw that you snuck him into the flex last minute.
Yeah.
And because I went back to go be like, I was seeing like the Brees Hall scoring was happening, and I was like, Eli didn't play him in either league, bro. And then I saw you snuck him in on this one, so I was like, all right. Okay. So that's two, and I'm not gonna lie, rankings didn't shake too much because we got the GOAT himself at number three. He handled business as best as he could, but auto drafting Fugly came through with a fucking, you know what? Mahomes came through and did it. 30 points. I mean, the reason I wouldn't move GOAT so far down is because the team is still really talented, and I think they're gonna be able to come back from this. He still put up 90s. I think it's a flesh wound. I don't think he's down for the count just yet. But number 4 is right on his ass. And honestly, you could make the case he should be 3 right now. Who we got at 4?
Yeah, Nish, man. Nish like fish. I honestly firmly believe he's worth that number 3 rank. Kelsey did just as well. If they were going to go into a head-to-head right now, Kelsey's the one taking those touchdowns. 4 tutties, bro. Like, it's fucking wild.
4 tutties and like what, 25 yards? What was the final yard line? Let me see real quick.
Yep, 25 yards.
7 catches for 25 yards. Half of his catches, more than half were touchdowns.
Fucking end zone.
That's nuts. That is fucking nuts. All right. Nope. And you know what? I don't. You might be talking me into it. I might be switching the rankings live. I don't know. but if we're going to 5, we got Lil Chubb. Lil Chubb put up a good match. Dropped almost 110. Did nothing wrong. Waller got hurt. Waller's in there. He has a bigger day. Adams had some big catches. They got taken back. This could have easily gone his way. He could have easily finished with 130. I think the team's still talented. Mm-hmm. I think it's deeper. It's any given week, he's putting up more points than this. So I don't waver on my confidence about his team. And rounding out the top of the power rankings, who do we got sneaking in at number 6?
Yeah, sneaking in. Auto drafting Fugly ended up beating Goat Empire this last week, and firmly deserves to be number 6.
Josh, who out of the way this list kind of shook up, do you raise your eyebrow at the most for which ranking of the 6?
I have to say GOAT. It's not the hatred from week 5 of last year or anything like that, but it's not that. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's got, who has he got? He got Jonathan Taylor.
Swift and Taylor are out right now.
He's got Swift and
Amon-Ra was being a decoy.
Right. And like he's 3-2, and I feel like he needs to start grabbing wins if he really wants to go for it. And so looking at the rest of his list, he's got some depth, but I don't see it as good as others. So I think he should be a little bit lower. I wouldn't say a pretender, but I wouldn't put him at 3.
That's fair. Okay. So if we're talking not a lot of movement this week, I think one more good sample size week of some good matchups coming up, I think we could see some new names up here. And if we're talking about 2 names that aren't on the board right now that scored big wins, you're looking at them. You're looking at your commission, your co-commission, the commish bowl, ready to go head to head to see who can get back to 500 and maybe show up in the power rankings next week. I gotta ask Josh, because you're the impartial party here. If you're looking at the teams, you're looking at the matchup, what's your gut telling you? Who do you think is going to come away with a win here?
First I need to say I love both of you guys as even and equal as possible before I hurt any of you guys' feelings. Although the rivalry's there, I gotta give it to A. Rojas this week. I don't know. Ramondre Stevenson with Damian Harris out, he's gonna eat it up. Same thing with Kamara. It's time for him to start pushing hard. Godwin, Andrews, Wilson, like it's a big feat to play up against. I think you're climbing up the hill. Cool kid. You got to get some upsides. I mean, you got good players, but I would say, you're going to have to look for an upside to win this.
Okay.
It's fair.
Co-commish, what about you? Do you think you're coming?
Yeah, I mean, I got A. Rojas winning it. Legit. That Carson Wentz, as much as I keep praying for him just to be consistent 30-point bomber. And then Will Disley, I think, is my 3rd tight end right now. It's going to be those 2 that are definitely going to make a big difference. And that's assuming Jamar Chase. Come on, man. Like, Bengals, you want to throw it to him.
Man,
like, it's devastating.
They're throwing to him too. It's just the depth of target is so low. It's so weird.
It's fucking weak.
It's night and day.
It's stupid.
Last season, it was like every pass they sent to Chase was like 25 yards down the field. This season, it's like they can't even get it 5 yards. It's so weird how quick shit has changed. So I get that.
Yeah.
I think I'm on the same. I think I'm picking me for the same lineup deficiencies, which I mean, hard to say because I'm trying to play Darnell Mooney as one of my wide receivers, but
Mm-hmm.
the matchup is juicy. I've been having some good luck on Thursday night games. I mean, shout out Njoku in my other league, changed my life. So I think right now that's where I'm going to, and that's going to be a good one. Another one that we could see shake up the rankings would be Auto DF and Texas Chili Bowl going mano a mano. And if I'm talking between these two guys who are again trying to jockey further up the rankings, at some point I gotta believe that Chili Bowl is going to deliver a big win. I think it could be this week. I know he's going to struggle with Mixon against New Orleans, but besides that, I think he's got some good favorable matchups. And no Yeti. No Yeti for ADF. So if auto draft and fugly is without Yeti, I don't see it happening. What about you, Cookmish?
Yeah, dude, I got Chili Bowl as well, man. Like last week was an off week. I definitely do think that Chili Bowl takes this one. No Yeti is tough. That's tough to overcome. I don't even know who his backup running back is here, and looking at it so far, nothing really looks appealing to me that can make up for those points that he's gonna lose.
He's going to play Cam Akers and then
Yeah.
have to flex
Yeah.
something crazy.
And I definitely do not see Patrick Mahomes scoring another 30 points against the Bills. That'll be a tough one.
The Bills keep everything deep. They're trying to keep the passes in front. So I'm saying I'm the same as
Yeah.
you. Jay Molly, what about you? Who do you got winning that one?
Yeah, I gotta go 3 for 3. Gotta give it to Texas Chili Bowl. Same things that you're saying, with Yeti out, doesn't matter if the snow's falling in Vermont or not, he's sleeping in. So, he's gonna have to find something else. And I see it, don't see much with Cakers. Who's he up against? Carolina. Um, I just don't see it happening. So I gotta give it to Texas Chili Bowl.
So if we're talking about running backs who we're worried about, you just lost Damian Harris. You're coming up against the matchup against Lil Chubb. Are you nervous? Do you think you're going to come out with the win, Josh? Or do you think the team's too strong over there with Eckler and Jones?
I don't think I got a chance on this one. Just looking at everything, with Harris out, I gotta reach deep. I don't really have anyone else. Like, who would it be? Gainwell, I guess, that I'd be putting in. I got good wide receivers, and maybe they'll have to do some up play, but it's not looking good.
I think I'm going to side with the same line of thinking. I mean, between Henderson and Gainwell, one of the guys could give a solid floor, but man, no Harris is tough because that's your boy, and he was really delivering for you already. So it's gonna be tough to miss him out. And the Bengals are just weird, man. So I'm also going
Yeah, man.
going Chubb.
Yeah.
What about you, Cookwood?
I'm going Chubb as well. Yeah, it's Chubb's been giving a good steady amount of points. It's gonna be tough to beat. He's got a good floor. Josh, I don't even know what your floor is anymore. Yeah.
It's
negative. It's in the basement.
the score doesn't even show anymore. It's just like uninstall app, please.
Yes, yeah. I've only gotten triple digits once this season, so
that's okay.
Not looking good.
It's trust the process. There's a couple really good running backs in this upcoming draft, so it's going to be interesting to see. Like, one, if you can execute, like if you can end up with the number one pick, and then two, I wonder if anybody would make you some crazy offers. I don't even know what it would take. Let's say Bijan finishes the season perfect health, and he delivers a great season like we think he will, and he's staring at you, the first overall pick. What kind of package would somebody have to send you to be like, I'll take Bijan? You don't have to answer, but it's something I'm wondering too. I don't know if you already have like an idea about like.
Yeah. Trades are
like
open,
at this point, does tanking make
hit up
sense?
my DM.
Does tanking make sense at this point? It's going to be the inverse. You're going to get guaranteed first round draft. Like, I'm not trying to tell you to tank the season, but like right now, it's looking like no one's really in contention for last place except for you. So
They show up next season with Javante and Bijan. I don't know, kind of crazy.
That's where it might be good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna try to tank. I still want to at least try to win something. I don't want to go, oh, and what is it, 17 or whatever we're going this year. Being the first
Oh,
year, just under the table. But no, I mean that's kind of the idea at the moment. So
okay. All right, all right, all right.
And
then another team that took a tough loss and is probably going to be trying to jockey with you for those picks might be Travis. Now he's got a lot of talent on that team, but maybe he'll give his team one more chance against Goat, who is a perennial contender. Maybe he puts up a good showing against him and he changes his mind. But if we're talking about this matchup, honestly, I'm still picking Goat. I think Amon-Ra is going to only be healthier this week. I mean, Kyler gets to play Seattle, and Seattle has given up so many points. Maybe he'll get Taylor back. Maybe, there's a couple ways that I think this could really swing his way. Brian Robinson might take over and go gangbusters. I mean, we saw what Damian Pierce is starting to do. So I'm going GOAT here. Cool Kid, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the opposite side of that. I like Travis's team. I think Rashad Penny out, Kenneth Walker's in. Najee, don't love him too much, but I was worried about Kyler Murray going on. He Seahawks to get that running game going. But Tom Brady's got Pitt. You saw what he did against Buffalo. Sorry, Buffalo did against the Pitt Steelers. That Tom Brady could easily just do that as well.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle, Dallas Goedert, Tyler Lockett. He's got good wide receivers and tight ends. I think he's gonna win it. I do like his team a little bit better.
Josh, what about you?
Who do you got?
I gotta go with GOAT. I feel like he's got it. All of his players are playing against tough defenses. I feel like GOAT has a little bit of a easier on the defenses. I mean, right now with this current lineup, he's going heavy on the Colts and heavy on the Browns. So we'll have to see if they have good high scoring games. Kirk, I think he's gonna blow up numbers. Gabe Davis, if he does the same thing he did last week, I mean,
Which
go
he could
crazy.
against KC.
he could. I know.
Yeah.
That's the
Freak.
thing. It's gonna be a throwout. So I side on GOAT.
All right. And this guy isn't the GOAT in name, but he might be the GOAT in reputation. Bad Wolf headlining our biggest matchup of the week. Got Bad Wolf, we got Nish, we got the battle of the mathematicians because they're talking about who's good at math and who's not. And one of these guys might only need to know one number after this week, just one, just number one. So we're looking at this matchup. We're talking. This is pre-buys too. These guys don't really have a ton of buys affecting them. How can you? I mean, well, except for Pierce, but how can you not pick fucking Bad Wolf with that Diggs and Allen double stack, Cooper Kupp getting the Panthers? I mean, I don't even know this. It could be another 140. I don't see why he couldn't drop 140 again. And trying to routinely get 140 is tough. I don't know if Nish gets it, so I'm going Bad Wolf here as well. I want to say, yeah, Kokomish, I want to hear. What do you on my side? You think maybe Nish has something in his
No, dude. I think Nish has something in his sleeves. If it's not a trade, he's got the depth pieces. You can't really replace that Damian Pierce. Brandon Cooks has not produced as well, but that Damian Pierce production has definitely helped a lot. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not doing so hot right now. You can't argue that Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen are gonna carry his team. Dalvin Cook against Miami. That one will be interesting just because of what Breece Hall just did to Miami.
horrible.
But Nish's team right now with Kelsey gonna take most of those. I mean, right now, if the KC Buffalo game is a low scoring game, Bad Wolf is fucked.
Yeah.
Which no one projects it that way, but it's kind of looking like that's gonna potentially, like, if that is the case, he's fucked. Like, it's over. Like, Nish takes it because he has, obviously, you have like AJ Dillon, you have Leonard Fournette, who's only gonna wreck against Pitt. So I think that'll even out the whole Dalvin Cook thing. I like Tyreek Hill if he's healthy. Cortland Sutton has been doing well. He's not going to repeat the same thing that he did last. I mean, he was getting all of Russell Wilson's targets, and Travis Kelce, if he at least gets half of what the production he did last week, I think Nish can take it. It's going to be close. I am worried about that Jalen Hurts against the Cowboys defense. That Cowboys defense is
nasty,
tough
right?
to yeah.
Getting after it. Jay Molly, take us home. What do you think in this possible battle for the tippity top? Who you got in this one?
I'm going back and forth between the two.
Two great teams.
I mean, Nish is one that's exciting and a lot to look forward to, but I think I might have to give it a bad wolf. Even though Pierce and Cooks are going to be on the bye, he's got Melvin Gordon against the Chargers. He's going to feast on that. And I'm not saying that for my other league, but he's definitely going to. And then he's got Mostert, who's taking all the snaps away from Chase Edmonds. And I think it's just time to play. Minnesota's not that bad to play against. I feel like those will be good plays. I agree with the Allen Diggs. If the game isn't high, it's going to be rolling, but I think he's got other pieces there that's going to take him to the top. So I have to give it to him.
All right. Well, that means I am right because Josh said so. So let's go ahead and put a bow on it. That is it for this week. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you again, Josh, for stopping by. And of course, I appreciate my co-commish. Without you, nothing is possible. We'll be looking forward to next week's episode, guys. Let us know if you guys have any feedback. Show some love to Josh for his future performance. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
That money